Did you happen to ask Kayla about her conditioning, Pat? Good.
It was just like old times, Kayla McBride at the free throw line to ice a victory. It's like she was never gone, right?
Yeah. No, it was great. Like I said before the game, just the natural pick-me-up. I think her being around the team was a good pick-me-up. I think her being, like for her teammates and just everybody settling in and they felt whole again. And that was really obvious, I think, in our body language. And obviously she played great. And we played her as if she'd been conditioning for the entire time she was gone. So
I think she said one day on the bike, one practice, and then I play 30 minutes. She said that at first she didn't know how she would respond, but that once she got on the court, it felt like it was fine.
Yeah.
Did you see it that way?
I did. About 4 minutes to go in the first quarter. She was darn near begging for a sub, making sure that we saw her. But yeah, it was a good start. Good start for her.
And just talk about the resilience of your team. It gets down to 1 point in the fourth. And it was really your core. It was Kayla, it was Courtney, and it was Fee who kind of took you home.
Yeah.
Fee has talked about that being the superpower of this team is just not getting rattled.
Yeah.
What did you see in
I
terms
thought
of a
Seattle,
response there?
I thought Seattle was playing well. To get it to that point, like you said, they were having their way with us into the paint, and our coverage just went out the window, and they were getting anything they wanted. And then just when we get into our timeouts, et cetera, they're good problem solvers together. And then ultimately, it was our offense being able to go toe to toe. The Courtney Fee 2-man game was what sort of when they cut it, and we were able to answer that a couple of times. I thought that's what kind of led to our ability to close the game out.
Yeah, Cheryl, Courtney had a nice bounce-back shooting night.
She did.
After what happened the other night.
Yeah.
So that's something that, what does that kind of say about her resilience and her ability as a player?
Well, and I'm sure she probably said it if she was here in the postgame. I imagine she was. She never thinks she's not going to make a shot. So she's not going to stop taking them. That's the one thing about Courtney Williams. When we were in Dallas, she didn't know she was 5 for 19 or 1 for 9 in the first half. She literally didn't know. I think we're going to start calling her Dory. Have you seen Finding Nemo? Dory. She's a goldfish.
I'll get somebody to brief me on that.
But no, so she has she has no memory of what just happened. Anyway, so Courtney, Dory, just had this mindset. I just told her one of two things: either start making shots or pass the ball. And she said, "All right, bet." And she showed us which one she wanted to do.
When Courtney was in here, she gave a lot of credit to Lindsay Whalen for being in her ear constantly.
Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit more about that?
Yeah. Way's really enjoying that and really taking Courtney on and just sharing nuggets along the way. And it's great to see Way in that space. Obviously, I'm, really proud to have that and excited that Courtney gets to listen to that and manage situations from that position. I know Courtney really values her opinion, so that's a fun sort of pairing with those two, along with T. T's included in that.
Cheryl K-Mac credited this team by saying that she felt safe, she felt happy, and that was the main reason why she could come in and play. What does that say about this team? Only 5 games in. I know you have a lot of returners, but that she gives that credit for her performance tonight.
Yeah, and I think that's something that Mac came to realize that you don't have to be perfect. Nobody has to be perfect. It's okay not to be okay at times, and doing it together because we all have stuff. We all have life happening. And I think her being back she would describe them as her sisters. and feeling, that safe, that she can be herself, all part of herself. And I think that was empowering to her.
I'm gonna get this right this time. So Fee Fee made history tonight. In the single quarter, she had 5+ steals, 2+ blocks. Just what does it say to her game? Obviously, she affects it in so many different ways defensively.
Yeah.
Even if her offensive game is not going, she could still impact the game.
It's always been Nafisa Collier. And the first quarter was unbelievable. Our defense was unbelievable in the first quarter. Their execution of what we were trying to get done. Fee's understanding, of ways that she could impact, like you were saying. It's a tough matchup for her at the other end. Ezzy and Necker are long and shot blockers. But Fee was still able to, find some success. But her impact in the other areas of the game was immense tonight.
On the team's bench, Lan kind of said it was just nice to have Jessica Shepard to be able to sub her out so she could walk tomorrow.
Yeah.
Obviously, T comes in for Courtney and can kind of facilitate. And, on Courtney's off night, she can take that role. And now you have Carly here who can do similar things for BC or KMAC.
Yeah.
Just how impressed have you been with the bench and what they can do to kind of replicate what the starters do?
Yeah, I mean, they're just getting started, right? Because now we kind of got them back, in their spots, if you will. So we're just getting started with that group, and we have to evolve them. I didn't think their minutes were great today. I just thought that they were, they're really good at moving the basketball. Jess Shepard is a terrific facilitator. That group didn't necessarily get that space done, but it's a group that's going to be really good together. They're going to be able to play off of each other, and I'm looking forward to seeing them out there more.
And you mentioned this team being, whole again with KMAC being here. I mean, that defense in the first quarter, even the offense, really looked like how you guys played last season.
Yeah.
Does that give you a little bit more hope that trending forward, the kind of down quarters will become less and less?
Yeah, well, we still had 2 down quarters. We had a 13 and a 15. Second and third wasn't very good, but no, I mean, I think it's I understand the last year thing, that we're this year's team, and I don't know what lies ahead, but I know what we lean on is what we, formed an identity last year, and that's what you're speaking to. Things could look different, same group, but the most important part, the core identity of who they are, and how they manage themselves in game, how they treat each other. They know what to run. Timeouts are easy because it's a group that's done it. They know where to be. They communicate. So I get the references to last year, and yes, it felt good. And it's a credit to last year's team that we reference them often.
Cheryl, you mentioned there were obviously dips and points in the game where the defense didn't go your way, obviously, and then you said that they basically had their way with you on some points. Was it a lack of focus? What did you see that when the defense slipped that it was it a common denominator each time or no?
I thought we were losing the foot race in the pick and roll. And so they were just beating our big, being our guard, whether we were getting stuck trying to go over, trying to get under. And the big just got outraced to the rim quite a bit. And then I thought, tougher moments came when our offense wasn't good, right? That's a combination as well. But I thought the paint, that's what we saw there. You play a coverage for, we did try to switch our coverage coming out of halftime, give them a different look because we knew they were starting to find some stuff. And then, we probably wish we had gone back a little sooner to our initial coverage. But yeah, I thought the paint had to do with pick and roll, just not being able to contain.
Yeah, I think Courtney was saying we don't get rattled.
Yeah.
Like it got close, but we were not rattled at all.
Yeah, it's good to hear.